A shocking tale named, She Got a Message from a Dead Individual, So the Hardship Started. She got a message from a dead individual, so the disaster started. Maria's story might be quite possibly of the most abnormal story you have heard in your life, and oddly, the story is valid and occurred in one of the urban areas in the US of America. The story started when Sarah was 18 years of age and was carrying on with a typical existence with her mom, father, sibling Harry and her younger sibling Hannah, until that day came. Sarah honestly loved subjects of jinn, apparitions and harrowing tales. She used to peruse a ton in this field and was exceptionally keen on it. At some point, after Sarah got up toward the beginning of the day, that strange message showed up on Sarah's telephone, and Sarah's propensity is that when she awakens, she plays with just a little. She snatched her telephone and saw a message she got from an obscure number that says, "Sarah, I picked you to get payback for me since you are the one in particular who will get payback." Sarah answered to him in awe, "Who are you?" He answered right away, "It isn't significant who I am, however I will clear up for you my story. I'm a dead individual for over 4 years. Somebody killed me for no great explanation. The issue for now is the police. They consider my demise a mishap and I need to take my right and pick you from all individuals to help me." Sarah at that point began snickering and told her companion the message and shared with her, "Definite, this is one of the young ladies who needs to startle me and make a trick on me." Abruptly she peruses the letter to her companion and she got one more message from the very number that says, "Never read my messages to anybody here." Sarah was somewhat frightened and with no starters, I obstructed his number. The following day and toward the beginning of the day Sarah went down and had breakfast with her family, and here I let them know the peculiar message I had gotten. Here her dad told her not to be apprehensive, simply individuals attempting to screw with you and just frightened you. Sarah was not apprehensive by any stretch of the imagination and proceeded with her day to the surprise of no one and went to concentrate on her and met her companion, and keeping in mind that Sarah was getting back with her, she got a message from the very number that says, "Sarah, for what reason would you say you are making a boycott for me since this thing won't keep me from keeping in touch with you?" Maria as of now was flabbergasted the way that he could message me from a similar number and I obstructed him yesterday. Sarah answered to him, "Who are you and on the off chance that you need me?" He answered to her, "I asked you for the subsequent time, do you consent to get my payback?" Sarah was as yet persuaded that it was a trick from one of her companions, so she responded to him, "Assuming you were one of my companions and you were making a trick with me, stop since I could do without this joke." Respond to her. "You actually don't trust me. Check out at the structure in verse U." Before Sarah's school, there was a neglected structure that nobody lived in for quite a while after he sent her to check out at the structure in verse U. The typical thing that Sarah did when she told her companion and shared with her, "Take a gander at the structure, take a gander at that individual highlighting me." Her companion looked well, yet anybody really snuck up on her. At a similar second, a message came to Sarah, in which it says, "Sarah, don't irritate yourself. The individual there cannot see anybody but rather you." Here dread entered Sarah's heart, and she attempted to persuade her companion of what she saw, however without much of any result. As of now, an unusual message showed up for Sarah, which read, "Sarah, tomorrow will your first caution." Sarah didn't mind what he endlessly said, "This is a liar and is simply attempting to unnerve me." The following day Sarah awakened and everything was typical and ordinary. She went to class and met her companion, and everything was typical. Sarah got back to her home, and in the event that her dad's telephone was ringing, her dad talked a little on the telephone, and on the off chance that she saw indications of fear all over. A troublesome and basic circumstance, Sarah at that point recalled that individual's message and the admonition and danger he had given her. They immediately went to the medical clinic and found Harry's condition improved and became steady. Here Sarah enlightened her dad concerning the issue of the danger that had contacted her on her telephone, and here her dad chose to go to the closest police headquarters to report this danger.